Izzy Bites. Welcome back to your channel, IzzysCuisines, and thank you for coming. I got a good old recipe for y'all, the new Oxtails, Beef Shanks. Now let's get into it. Now let's start off with the seasonings. We got Walker Wood, Jamaican mix and blend green seasoning, tomato paste, granulated garlic, curry powder, spur tree Jamaican oxtail seasoning, menage a trois sweet red wine, and later on you're going to see island spice oxtail seasoning embedded in bouillon roasted beef base. Now when it comes to the beef shanks, family, I'm going to tell you, these are so much better than oxtails. Reason is that they're very cheap and they're much bigger. This one pack, just one pack of these can equal a whole pack of oxtails. One of these has so much meat. Look how big that is. I have went by BJ's and I got 4 of these for $17. It was $17 to $20. Okay? So I advise you to do the same. You get more meat, less bone, and less fat. Now what I'm doing here after I wash them off, we're going to remove the impurities. We're going to remove the blood and all the impurities. So we're going to start by filling this up with some water, making sure that your shanks are covered, with enough water. And then we're going to take them and put them on the stove so that they can come to a boil. Now we're not going to boil them. We're going to bring it up to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, right then and there, we're going to turn it all the way down. Okay? Now, as you can see here, it's coming to a boil right here. See, right there to a boil, and boom, I turned the heat down, all the way down or off. And you're going to cover them and let them sit for 30 minutes. Now, this is going to cause all the blood to come out of the bone in the meat, okay? And all that cook, and you're going to pour that down the drain. Now, that's what I do. Now, after I pour, see all of that stuff coming out of there? Now, after you pour it off, I'm going to rinse each one of them, okay? Once I pour it off, once they cool down, then I rinse them off to make sure there's no more blood on them. Now, as you can see here, see that in the middle of the bone? That's the marrow. That's what forms the blood in the bone, okay? You don't want to eat that. We've been taught to eat that. You want to remove that. Now, as you can see, I didn't remove it. I forgot to, but you will see later on that I did remove the marrow, okay? Now, this oxtail seasoning that I'm using, the spur tree, family, I'm telling you, this stuff is off the chain. The seasoning that it gives, combines with this beef is excellent. And I give it out to the creators of it because it is off the chain. As you can see, I removed it from the pan and removed it to the bowl because it was easier to get more coverage onto the meat. And what I'm doing is pouring all of this seasoning over there, and then I'm going to start rubbing it in, making sure that the seasoning gets into the meat. Now you can see that marrow is still in the bone, and I'm rubbing the meat, and as I'm rubbing the meat, you'll see I come to notice that marrow is there and that I didn't remove it. Now see right there? That's where I noticed it. And what I did is I went, which you don't see on camera, I took them and I moved the marrow from out the inside of each one of the bones. After I finished covering them with the marinating sauce, then I covered it with some foil and I put them in the refrigerator and let them sit overnight. Now you don't have to do this. You could do it for like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, but I'm telling you, fam, you let them sit overnight. That's the best thing to do. Also, what I did that same day was I prepped my vegetables. Now it's good at times to prep your vegetables, the day ahead of time. And then when you wake up the next day, then you don't have to worry about doing it. You could just get up and just pull them from out of the refrigerator and do everything. It saves you a lot of time. Now, as far as the vegetables are concerned, I didn't chop them too small. or didn't chop them too big. Like this onion here, I didn't do anything fancy with it. Basically, I just gave it a rough dice. And with the carrots and with the celery, I did the same thing. Now here we go with our base. Our base is what we're using for our stock. This is the Better Than Bouillon roasted beef base. And make sure you get the roasted and not just the regular beef base. Okay, because we want to try to make sure that we don't have any blood within our stock here. Okay, and roasted meaning that they cooked the meat before they made the base. Okay. So I'm using I used a big heaping spoonful of the base. And you want to make sure that your water is hot when you add it so that it dissolves. And you want to make sure that you're stirring it in good as well, because you can think that you stirred it all in and you're leaving big clumps. Now, the next day, I removed my shanks from the refrigerator, and for my stock, I reheated it, and I removed the shanks from the bowl, and I poured my stock in there with the rest of the seasoning from the shanks, and then I added it back in with my stock and let that incorporate with each other. And that's just going to add some more flavor for the stock, okay? Now here, I'm adding rice oil to the bottom of the Dutch oven to let it get hot. Now once it's hot, I'm adding the vegetables in so that they can start cooking and get a nice sear to them. And what you want to do is spread them out like I did here, because you want to make sure that they get a nice even coverage to them so that they all can cook and not be piled on one another. This is when I'm going in and I'm making sure that as much as I can that they're touching the bottom of the Dutch oven cooking. And we're going to add in our Jamaican green seasoning. Now, family, look, I took a whole heap of two spoons, and I advise you to start out small, because this stuff right here is spicy. And I mean spicy, but it tastes so good. Yeah, I took a little tablespoon and tasted it by itself, and it is so good. Now, once you get it in there, you want to make sure that this is touching the bottom of the dish as well. And once you do, I'm telling you, those oils will start to pop, and the smell will just start filling up your whole entire kitchen. Next, we're going to go in with our granulated garlic. And you're going to add like 3 tablespoons to your vegetables, okay? Then we're going to go in with the curry powder, and we're also going to add 3 tablespoons. Family, get ready, because I'm telling you, your kitchen is going to be smelling off the chain. Now, this right here is the island spice. It's the Oxtail island spice. I showed you the Spanish side, so you couldn't read it. If I would have turned around, you would have saw it was in English. But I added like 3 teaspoons of that because you didn't want it to be too salty. Then I'm going in and I'm going to scrape that which started cooking on the bottom of the Dutch oven. We're going to kind of like scrape those bits off the bottom and kind of loosen so they don't burn. And as you can see, it's all starting to get thick there, right? And I'm trying to smooth everything out so that it's touching the bottom of the Dutch oven. Next, we're going to go in with the tomato paste, and it's going to be 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Okay, now you can add 4, you can add 5, but I found that around 3 tablespoons is sufficient. Now we're also going to go in and we're going to mix that in, and we're going to get the bits on the bottom, as you can see, of the Dutch oven, which is exactly what we want, because as those bits brown, that the herbs, the tomato paste, the carrots, bits from the carrots and the vegetables start to brown, they're going to give off a caramelized taste, which is all going to be what's going to cause your stock and your meat to all incorporate together and taste its best, okay? We want to make sure that we use everything that we can to set this off. So now we're going to add our wine, like about 1/4 cup of wine. This wine right here is called Menage a Trois, and it's a red sweet wine. Let me see. Okay, there we go. And it's a red sweet wine, very delicious, I'm telling you. And I'm adding in 1/4 cup. Now you're gonna add that in and you're gonna let that cook for like about 3 minutes. Let it sear off and see all that steam coming up. That's that alcohol. You want to cook the alcohol off of the wine because you don't want the alcohol. You just want the taste, the flavor of the grape that's in the wine. Okay, we don't want to be eating no food that's got some alcohol taste to it because that's not good. It'll turn your whole meal upside down. Here I go with a bunch of sprigs of thyme. And as you see, I didn't remove the leaves off. I just kept the leaves on the stem and put them in and make sure that they're touching the bottom as well. And as they do, those oils are going to pop out of those leaves and they're going to all incorporate within the stock. So we're adding our stock in here. And we're going to give that a little stir and kind of scrape some of that stuff off the bottom as well so we can mix them with our stock. And this is where we're going to let that come to a simmer for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to add in our shanks, which is the star of the show. Okay, so as you can see, I'm putting them in the Dutch oven, and I was in fear that I wasn't going to be able to fit them all in because they were so big, but I was able to do so. But the thing that I messed up about was that the vegetables was keeping me from getting that meat down in there like I wanted to. But as you can see, I moved them around so that I can manage to sit closer to the bottom. Then I went ahead and I poured some more stock to cover them. You want to cover them with stock, not too much, because you don't want it to overboil while it's in the oven, okay? So then I turned the oven up to 400 degrees, preheated it. Now once the temp reached 400 degrees, oh yeah, fam, let me tell you, I forgot bay leaves. 2 bay leaves, I forgot to tell you that. So I added and went back in and added my bay leaves. And once the temperature of the oven got up to 400, I placed the Dutch oven into the oven, and then I went ahead and I turned the temp down to 345 degrees and let it cook for an hour. After 1 hour, I went in and I covered it with some more stock. As you can see, some of it came out, but I covered it with some more stock as much as possible so it can get wet. Then I put the lid on and I let it cook for 3 more hours. After those 3 hours, baby, this is what we came out with. Now I served this over some white rice, served it with some macaroni cheese with bacon and some smoked collard greens. Family, I'm telling you, make this for yourself, make this for your family, make this for your spouse. You're going to be the talk of the household. Why? Because this is a recipe that's going to make your taste buds dance. Now, until the next time, show your brother some love and hit me up with a like and a comment at the bottom. Until the next time, family, peace.